Hello everyone and welcome back. Um wow, I really timed that perfectly. I finished all the things I needed to do exactly as the ad break ended. So, wow. That was good timing on my part. Hello, welcome back to the stream. I feel like this stream got off kind of on the wrong foot, so I almost want to start again and say hello. Welcome to the stream. I definitely am low on spoons today, and my talking not so good, my streaming not so good. But I still do want to draw for you guys, so I still am going to. But I'm gonna re-welcome you back, and I might even just cut the VOD here so that it starts here, and leave out whatever that first hour was, cause oh man. There was a weirdie in chat and I was distracted by my own music and I don't know, I feel like I was in a little bit of a weird mood at the start and I was like, oh, I want to turn my mic off but now I'm fine. Now I'm fine. I guess I just had to warm up and wasn't warmed up at all yet or something. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and if it's your weekend now, if you are also TJFing, then happy weekend. And if you are not, and it's not your weekend, I hope you have a good Friday anyway. Just because I hope that all of your days are good. But so I am currently working. I also don't know if I properly introduced what this piece is that I'm working on, and I know I said it was a D&D piece, and that's in the title of the stream, but this is a portrait of my D&D character in a scene from our campaign, the Shield of Celestia, which, if I could do a shameless plug on my own stream, the Shield of Celestia is a streamed home game that my friends and I have been playing for about 5 years, and you should definitely go check us out on YouTube and Twitch, I guess. We do stream our sessions when they happen. But yeah, so this is my character Tsuma, or my former character, spoiler. And this is a scene from our campaign where he sort of rolls in a very dramatic way at one point to a big battle with he's wielding a lot of magic, a lot of new magic that is not necessarily his own, and it's very dramatic. He comes in like a wrecking ball, and you know, I sort of themed him very fiery themed, so there's a lot of fire in his whole situation, and then he comes into this scene, I think double casting Meteor Swarm or something like that. It was crazy. Anyway, so here he is landing in the middle of the inferno caused by the Meteor Storm, and that's sort of the gist of what's happening. Some of my favorite pieces to work on are pieces where I had a very strong conceptual image, like, because sometimes, you know, you're just like, I want to draw two characters macking it, and then and then you do that and it's good, but sometimes you have like a vision of the piece in your head, and you have like the thumbnail in your mind, and you're like, I know exactly what the composition is, I know what the colors are, I know everything about this piece that I want to include. And this was one of those, and I don't get those super often. I usually kind of have to make myself work for it to find the vision in a more ethereal concept, but this one was different, and this one I had a very strong sense of what I wanted to do with it, and so here I am trying to carry that out, and so far I'm quite happy with it. We will see once I've watercolored it if I feel like I ultimately succeeded at doing what I wanted to do, but I think unless I drastically fucked up the watercolor part, I will be quite happy with it, which I don't think I will drastically fuck it up. Maybe just a little bit. probably not very much. I still do want to do some color swatching tests. I had mentioned before the break that I wanted to do some color tests to make sure I know which colors I want to use for this piece, and so I still do want to do that. And I have some scrap pieces of paper here which I'll use for that. But I just want to finish. I think I only have a couple more little areas on here where I want to darken up the line work before I move on to the painting stage. And I probably won't paint this. I probably won't like start painting this canvas today because I have to do masking fluid on some areas in this piece, and I don't really want to do that on stream because masking fluid can be a little bit tricky, and I don't even have mine with me right now. So if it turns out that we still have some time and I still want to stream, but it's not time for that, I'll probably work on some ACEOs that I started on stream on Monday. All right, I think there's just a couple of areas over in this top. Yeah, adjust my camera. Over up in this top corner that I'm gonna darken up, and then we can do some color tests. Oh, you know, I do have to go downstairs though, because I, on my break, forgot that I need to get my palette that has my Aussie Red Gold in it, because I think I'm probably going to want to use Aussie Red Gold, because I feel like that's definitely a Tsuma color. So I might have to put you on the BRB screen for one more minute in just a sec while I go get that palette. But here. Okay. Woohoo! I think that's all the line work done. I might go over it again a little bit later with, like, once it's painted, probably I'll go over it one more time. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, who knows. But for now, here are sort of the basic lines for the piece. And so I will put you on the BRB screen, but I will only be a couple, maybe not even a couple minutes. I'll try to be as fast as possible, but I just have to get a palette from downstairs. So I will see you in just a sec. Hello, I'm back. Thank you to Saribot for your hard work while I was stepped away. Wow. Apparently I should always have my chat in follower mode. I didn't think it was doing much for me, but actually, damn, it was doing some hard work. Okay. So, I have my palette, and I have several palettes, and in fact, I'm gonna take my painting out from underneath what I'm doing here, because I don't want the paper to get fucked up if I have a bunch of things sitting on top of it. So I'm gonna put Tsuma down here. I really need a bigger desk if I'm gonna be doing this, but this is the desk I have, so this is what we're working with. So I have, here's some scrap paper. This is actually the first draft of a commission that I did for my friend Svarn. And what is sad and funny about this piece is that, so I did finish the commission many months / weeks ago. But what happened in the first draft was that I did this whole underdrawing, and then I cut the paper because I did it on a bigger piece of paper, and then I cut the paper down, but I mismeasured, and so I cut off the top of the character's head, and I had to redo the whole thing. I was devastated, absolutely devastated. You know, I think I might have drawn it on the wrong side of the paper too, but whatever. But anyway, so Svarn, I'm gonna use the back of your commission for this. And I also have this like piece of swatch paper that I think when I first got my, this is hot press, but it's 140 pound, and I think when I first got my pad of 140 pound hot press, that I just like did a bunch of swatches on it to, you know, see what the paint looked like on there. And I think this was like one of the first things I ever did on there. And then this is swatching my gouache colors. So I can use either / both of these pieces of paper. But I'm going to use a different pencil than this because I want to save the 4B lead for nice things. So I'm going to put that pencil away. And I'm going to use a different pencil. I can use my 0.7, sure, why the hell not? This is also a twist erase pencil, but hopefully the top won't fall off of this one. We shall see, I suppose. I'm gonna use this one first because it's blank. And I'm just gonna draw some like mini thumbnails of the piece and do some color tests. And they're gonna be like extremely simple, so don't laugh at them. Or, well, you can. You can and should laugh if you feel joy. But what I'm saying is they're not gonna be the most beautiful, but they are just going to be there so that I can figure out what colors I want to use. So here I have the smoke that's trailing out from his figure, and then I obviously have his body and his little skirt. Oh, I should probably zoom in so you can see the font. It's so embarrassing. It's good. It's good. But yeah, someone's gonna come. I just know that someone's gonna come into the stream and not have any context for what I'm doing and be like, wow, this person has no art skills. She's literally drawing lumpy people. But oh well, if you don't have context, you don't have context, and you don't know, and you can't judge me. So there. But yeah, so it's for the color of it all. It's for the sake of the colors. Listen. Don't worry about it. Because I have a lot of yellows and reds and oranges. Like a lot. Like a lot. And I just want to make sure that I know which ones I want to use. Better than I could do Splitch. You know, everyone's got to start somewhere. And honestly, here's the thing. If there was someone who was streaming like art and all they could draw was stick figures or weird lumpy shapes like these, I feel like they, you know, they still deserve love and they still deserve not to be judged. So So there. Because you never know who is just starting. So this is the Aussie Red Gold. Don't flip your palette, everybody. It's just don't do it. It is not good for you. And then I have my other palettes here. I have my usual one, which people may have seen if they have watched previous streams. This is my first palette and my sort of, I would say it's kind of my main palette, except I actually feel like I use more colors from the other one, which I will show you momentarily, which is where in my bag? It is here. This is the Colors of Inspiration half pan from Daniel Smith. There we go. These three colors here are the ones that came with it. And then the others are, ooh, I should add the Aussie Red Gold to this pan. I didn't realize this pan didn't have anything in it. I thought I had filled up the whole thing. I should put the red gold there for sure. But yeah, so this is my third or second, whatever. Anyway, one of my palettes. So I have a lot of colors. More than you need to have, more than I need to have, more than anyone needs to have, but I love colors, so I always want to have more of them. I can't help it. I'm a color fiend. Okay. So I have several kinds of yellow that I could use. What I want to do, I think, is test some yellows, reds, and oranges for the fire. And then I also want to test some grays and, yeah, I guess grays of various kinds. My black color substitutes, because I don't have like a black watercolor, like just strictly, you know, black. What I have is I have various shades of gray and brown and purple and blue and things like that sort of simulate black. Oh, you like a nice thick paint personally. Nice. Like what kind? Like acrylics or oil or gouache or something like that. And yeah, I guess if you do art, what do you make? I'm always curious to hear what people are doing. Okay, so there's the lemon yellow. And I've got here, I'll zoom out a little bit so that you can see me futzing around with the paints. Ooh, water-based acrylics. Nice. I actually don't know too much about acrylics. I've used them a little bit, but I don't know enough about them to know if the ones I have are water-based or not, which is an interesting question. You do a lot of drawing, painting, and painting models. Ooh, that sounds fun. What kind of subjects do you like to draw and paint? And what kind of models? Like, when you say painting models, I'm imagining like miniatures, but ooh, Diablo-inspired stuff. Oh, that's so cool.
Yes.
Mini is awesome. That's rad. I love mini painting. I don't do it a lot, but I have done it, and I love seeing the work that other people do with it because it's really cool. Mini's like 40k in BattleTech. Oh, cool. I have done some Battletech mini painting. Those are the only minis that I've painted are my Battletech minis. I have, let's see, do I have one in arm's reach? No, I don't. I think they're downstairs. But I have a set, and I actually have to paint them on stream sometime because I painted one and then I forgot to do the others. But I have a set of, what is it called? I see the box out there. I have the Inner Sphere Direct Fire Lance that I still need to paint 3 out of 4 of. That's why you were lurking for so long. You were painting one. Oh, cool. Yeah, no worries. I totally am happy to have lurkers, so don't even worry about that. But yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. But yeah, I got my set of Battletech minis last year, and then I just fell off. I don't know, I think I had a weird summer, and I forgot to keep painting them, but I really do want to continue. I think I have a, what I do, I can't remember which one I did. I want to say I painted my... what was it? Do you play at all? Not really. So I had done a, whoops, everything's falling. If you heard that, no you didn't. I had painted, or I know I had played on stream and on YouTube, I had played a Battletech, the video game playthrough. And the Battletech community is like crazy amazing and very enthusiastic, and I think the actual game, like the war game of it all, is not for me. It's a bit too crunchy for my mind to fully comprehend, but I have a deep appreciation for it, and I like the minis, I like the aesthetic. I just haven't played, but yeah. Use Fletch Sheets, does a lot for you. I don't think I've heard of that. Fletch Sheets. What are those? Or what is that? Okay, so I lied. I actually did find my minis. I just had to roam around my desk for a second. So this is the one I had painted, and I don't remember which one this is now, and I feel silly about that. It's an Orion, I think? I think this is my Orion. Is the one that I had painted. Oops, blit. And this one I had done for, there was a mech pride parade on Blue Sky last year. So, gender fluid Orion, I think is what the concept was there. And there's an Atlas, what is this? I wish I could remember what this one is called. Crusader? Is that what it is? Yeah, I think Crusader. And the Marauder. So, Atlas, Crusader, and Marauder still have to be painted, but they're primed, so I really should just do it. Maybe I'll do that again soon. But, yeah. Yeah, it was very exciting to find this set because 3 out of 4 of them I had played a lot with in the video game. And then the Crusader is not in the vanilla game, but I really like the design. I think someone had told me that the Crusader was one of the ones that was like Macross based or something. The design was sort of one of the original anime-esque designs. And so I was like, oh yeah, that tracks why I kind of dig that one. So I definitely think it's gonna be some kind of combination of the lemon. This is lemon yellow, right? Isn't it? No, it's not lemon yellow. I specifically remember I didn't want to get lemon yellow because it had like a cancer warning on it, which to be fair, almost all watercolors have some weird warning on them, but I think I ended up getting Hansa Light, maybe? I don't remember. I just remember being like, okay, if I can't have lemon yellow and I can't have cadmium yellow, what the heck can I have? I think it's Hansa Yellow Light is what I think it is, but I'm not super sure about that. Hello, that Dutch guy. You come in peace mostly? Alright. Well, welcome in. How are you? I'm just doing some watercolor color tests and chatting miniatures at the moment. What you drawing? Here, I can show you what I drew. I have to get it off of my board. It's off to the side right now because I'm doing color tests for watercolor painting. Oh, everything is falling down. Ah. But so this is the drawing that I did before, or that I copied before. I mean, copied from myself, I should say. I drew it digitally and then I put it on traditional paper. I didn't trace it or anything. I realized that could sound bad, but anyway. So this is the drawing. This is my D&D character, and I am now doing some color tests to figure out which watercolor colors I want to use to paint it with. Thank you. But yeah, so okay, that's the yellow and orange combination I want to use for sure, because that looks quite good, methinks. And that was the, although I could try the lemon and the Aussie red gold. Wow, amazing. I'm just gonna call it lemon yellow, even though I literally just realized that that is not what it is. Close enough. It's close enough. There are so many yellow pigments in watercolor that I'm like, bro, I don't know what you are anymore. Is it ads? Shouldn't be, hypothetically. 'Cause I just had an ad break, so the pre-rolls should be off, theoretically, but unless you were talking about something else and I just don't understand. Oh, you're worried about getting PPC'd. It's a Battletech thing. If you partake in such knowledge. No worries. We were just talking about Battletech minis, which is mechs. I just put my mech minis away, but yeah, PPC is like a supercharged electro weapon, right? I think. Sort of like Pacific Rim. You know, I never actually figured out what PPC stands for, so I'm glad that you said it, Splitch. Particle projection cannon. Nice. But yeah, I guess it is sort of like Pacific Rim. The mechs definitely are of a similar caliber. Sadly, in Battletech, there is no, like, joint, Like, you don't pilot them together, it's just one pilot. And I say sadly because it makes for such delicious, like, character angst moments when you have to pilot a mech with somebody, but, you know. Okay. Reds now, I think. Want to drunk pilot one of those things? That would be like Godzilla, I assume, style situation. Just like rampaging. Drunk pilot king crab. Oh my god. Don't do it. Man, I miss my king crab. I had so much damn fun with that thing. Yeah, AC-20s make the big pew-pew that makes my soul happy. I had been doing a playthrough of the BattleTech video game that was with the BattleTech Advanced Universe mod, but sadly, the mod was way too much for me. And I just, like, I got way overwhelmed by it, and so I stopped doing that playthrough because I was like, I really love the original. It was exactly the right amount of crunch for me, and the mod was just a little bit too much crunch for me, and I couldn't do it, but, I did really like a lot of the things that they added, though. I think it's definitely for some people, it's just not for me. Ow, that sounds so painful, that Dutch guy. Don't bite. Or, I guess it's not bite, right? Wouldn't it be pinch? Wouldn't it be a pinch instead of a bite? Although, now, here's a question. Do crabs have teeth? I don't know that I've ever known enough about crab anatomy to know if a crab has teeth or not. A king crab doesn't have teeth, but oh baby, it's got claws. Better than going to the land down under. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so I think it's gonna be definitely I think this is vermilion, if I had to guess. Which obviously I use for... Not obviously. It's obvious to me, but I use vermilion for everything. I just can't stop using it. It's just so bright. Bright color. Makes the pretty vivid colors that I like. I'm not from Canada. I don't know if anyone else here is from Canada, but not me. I am from the Pacific Northwest, though, which is sort of Canada. I think we would like to be Canada, but no. So Florida is like I don't even know what Florida is, man. Florida is a special beast all of its own. Ooh, that's fun. Are those Splitch, are those some of the ones you're painting? Nice, nice. I do have, if you're interested, you don't have to, of course, but if you're ever interested in, I do have a Discord server with a Pix channel, and I know some folks have posted their Battletechs, why did I say it like that? Posted their mech minis in there before. If you ever wanted to show off your paint jobs or anything. I'm bad at being active in my own server, but I am trying to be better. Need them to beat up some clan mechs. Nice. Oh, that's one of the Pacific Rim ones, right? The Cherno Alpha. Which one is that? I can't remember. Hang on, I'm looking. I have never drawn a mech, and I don't want to because it is hard, and I'm a lover of the human form, but oh wow. I forgot what the head on that one looks like. That's crazy. I forgot it looked like that. Damn. Okay. So I know what I'm gonna do there for the color, and then, okay, for the smoke, I guess I'll just test some of my various colors that I use for black that are not actually black. Oh, you did an A3 Striker Eureka. Wish you still had that drawing. Ooh. Nice. Sometimes these two colors look exactly the same to me. But they are so different. I definitely think we'll probably get some of this color in there. That's the Hematite Genuine, which is a new color that I just got. Teehee, teehee. Ooh. One that explodes underwater. I forgot what these mech designs look like, but they kind of slap, though. I mean, the Striker Eureka looks like... That looks like an anime mech to me. Something about the pauldrons, I feel like. And the weird little bayonet arm parts. Okay, that's just straight up blue at that point. I wonder... We combine the Shadow Violet with the hematite, what will happen? Wow. There's a lot of shots being fired. Hello, Bird Lunkard. Welcome in. We're talking mechs right now. I think we're talking Pacific Rim mechs. Let's see. I gotta look up the Ronin because I don't remember a lot of these designs. Let's see. Ooh, I like the arms on this guy. And the, like, digitigrade legs on the Ronin. That's okay, Bird. Me neither, really. I'm an appreciator of mechs, but I'm not a knower of mechs. Mostly. Except a very selection of Battletech mechs. Okay. B. Damon? What is that? Hang on. I'm Googling so much right now. I'm very uncultured and don't know what anything is. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know what anyone else would say. I would say those count as mechs. To me, that is a mech. Do they have pilots? Because I feel like in order to be a mech, it has to have a pilot, is the only qualification that the artificial requirement that I have. Otherwise, it's just a robot. That's good. Alrighty. So, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Which means I have to decide whether or not I want to start painting the actual painting right now, or if I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do and not do that. But I think I will. Okay, don't flip through the sketchbook. There are things in there that you can't show on Twitch. Don't look at it. Alright. So, mayhaps I will start with... Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Maybe I'll start with some smoke, I think. Because that is easy enough to do without going and getting my masking fluid. And move your camera, you silly streamer. Up here? There we go. What kind of gooner are you drawn? I don't know. You know, just my OCs in compromising situations. That's what my friends say when they're gonna do something dumb. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I feel like whenever someone says that, you are like, well, now I'm more worried. Now I'm more concerned that now that you said that. I wasn't before, but now I am. Okay, here's the thing, though. I can't put the tape there or else it's not gonna be... no smoke there, okay. Okay. Now it is time for the real painting to begin. Is this the brush I want? Maybe not, but I will start with that. Whose journey is ending? Oh no. I've seen Madagascar. I definitely have seen Madagascar. In fact, not only have I seen Madagascar, I saw it in full in an ice cream parlor one time where for some godforsaken reason, it was like a beach town and I was on vacation. And they just like straight up played all four, I think there's 4 of them, Madagascar movies like in a row. Like, we watched the first one in there while we were just chilling, and then we like kept popping back in while we were roaming the boardwalk that day, and every time that we came back to pop in, they were still playing Madagascar movies. Anyway. I would be impressed if anyone here had seen the actual island of Madagascar, but it's definitely possible. Controversial take, the penguins are the best and funniest. Is that controversial? I feel like they're the most beloved characters of that series. There's a, oh god, I don't know what the YouTube account is, but there's a, like, comedy video account on YouTube where they edit the Madagascar penguins into other movies and video games. Like, they have one where the penguins, or where Derek Zoolander is, like, in... or the penguins are in Zoolander, and they have one where the penguins like go to Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not describing it well, but I bet if you search Madagascar penguins Baldur's Gate 3, you would find it. But it's not just those two, it's like a lot of ones. They did one with Helldivers? Really? That is not surprising, but thank God someone's doing the hard work. Ooh, Madagascar has a lot of pirate history as well. Oh, that's so cool. I love pirate stuff. I'm not the most historically knowledgeable, but the vibe is immaculate. I have 3 TTRPG campaigns going on right now, and I think literally all of them are in our pirate era. So I'm a big pirate fan. Oops, sorry, I'm knocking my mic with my paintbrush. How embarrassing. There was a pirate who married a tribal queen on the island and established a pirate haven. For like 30 years, the natives of Madagascar still carry a lot of DNA of him and his crew. Interesting. I hadn't heard of that before. I have to look that up. Probably like very distantly related, right? At this point, I mean, I assume it's been a while. Who in Europe isn't some kind of cousin, if anyone else in that view? I think, now, I'm not a genetics expert, so don't quote me on this, but I feel like I've seen studies where it's like, you can have a smaller population than you would think without causing incest issues. Like, I don't remember what the numbers were for how small the community has to be, but it's like, I don't know, 100 people maybe or something like that is like, you can get enough genetic diversity in there that like you're not gonna have adverse effects. Again, not my area of expertise, obviously, but I read a lot of Crusader Kings subreddits, so... Yeah, 100 or 200 sounds about right. Because I think there was like, wasn't there like an island, or maybe not an island, but there was like a small Canadian community, I feel like, that had like an extremely small population, and people were like, how do they do that without, you know, issues? But it was like the community, like, you know, was insular, but yeah, they have traditions and rules around like marriage and whatnot that sort of prevent certain issues. Again, also not Canadian, but I don't remember where in Canada it was, but Volendam and Urk? Are those real places, or are those not real places? Honestly, could be either as far as I know. Urk sounds like orc to me, which makes me feel like it's not real, but if you're Dutch, maybe it is real. I don't know. There are 2 towns in the Netherlands that are kind of the Alabama of the Netherlands. Wow. Okay, good to know. Definitely logging this information away in my brain for reference. Who knows when I might need it? so funny in like a cool way to me that both of you are from the Netherlands. How did that happen? Ooh, and I wonder if I could do a cool thing. Just on my magnet. Let's see if I can't do some interesting magnet stuff with my hematite, but it doesn't really seem to be doing anything. I think this magnet is not very strong, but the hematite pigments move under a magnet, but this magnet is not very strong, so I'm not surprised they're not doing anything. Hey Mootgren, welcome. How's it going? Happy Friday. Okay, I'm gonna leave that brush there. Oh, I'm totally, you know what? I'm totally painting in the part that is not interesting. Because you can't see it because I'm blocking it. Okay. Doing some flowy smoke areas right now. Landed on your rib in volleyball. Oh my gosh, you keep getting volleyball injuries. I'm so concerned. I hope you at least had a fun game though. If you had to be injured, I hope at least... I hope that it was good, and I hope that you won. You better have won. That was not meant to be threatening, like, you personally better have won the game, but more like, it's not fair if you got injured and also didn't win. Wait, what? I have not heard about this. I didn't know that... I mean, okay, I guess there are historical examples of, like, brotherhoods, quote unquote, or, like, fraternities from, like, Europe and stuff. I mean, it must have come from somewhere, but I always think of fraternities as, like, a very American thing. Just because it's so, I don't know, it's so bro-y. Every city with a university has student clubs. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Interesting. Okay, you did do good game then. That's good. And yeah, diving into a concrete floor. You know, you had to do it for the game, for the major league gaming of it all. You had to do it. I understand. Wait, a frat hazed a guy to death? Okay, I shouldn't be surprised. That's not surprising, actually, but I guess it's... I don't know. My school had very strict, like, anti-hazing rules, so... And, well, also we didn't have sororities. I went to an all-women's college, and we just didn't have any of that kind of thing, but we definitely had anti-hazing rules. So I feel like the whole frat culture thing is very, like, I have no idea about what goes on in there. So every time I hear about something like that, I'm like, holy shit, that happens? Like, obviously, yes, it happens somewhere, but hot damn. Yeah, man, you gotta dive. I get it. Poisoned and killed a guy with fish oil? What? That's so weird and random. Fish oil is like a random, like, honestly, I'm more surprised about the fish oil element of that story than anything else. Two liters of it just isn't good for you. That's... wow. That sounds unpleasant. Extremely unpleasant. That's half a gallon for our ego-inclined people. Okay, well, here's the thing about America, is that we have a very easy way to measure 2 liters, which is that we have, like, these 2-liter giant bottles of, like, you know, Coca-Cola or whatever. So even though we don't measure anything else in liters, we measure soda in liters, which is how I know how much a liter is. Cue eagle screech here. I don't ever get them because I don't drink enough soda to drink it all before it goes flat if you get an amount that big, but it's easy reference for the size of how big that is. And yeah, that's like the only thing I can think of that I have measured in liters in my life. Everything else is just cups, good old cups, or quarts, I guess. I don't know if is a quart an American measurement. I don't remember. Is it true that America would rather use Kelvin than Celsius? I feel like I've never... Like, I remember learning about Kelvin in school, but now that I'm out of school, I don't know that I've ever heard anyone mention Kelvin. Maybe some people do, but I've never heard of it, if that's the case. Yeah, and isn't Kelvin, because Kelvin is for science stuff, right? So wouldn't the units be, like, really wild compared to, like, because Celsius makes it easy, where, like, freezing point is 0, right? So that, like, that just is intuitive. But Kelvin is, like, weird, because it's supposed to measure, like, space stuff, which gets to weird temperatures. Yeah, 273 Kelvin, 0 degrees Celsius. Imagine trying to measure in Kelvin. It's just like odd numbers, prime numbers everywhere. No way. Americans could not handle it. If you can't handle Celsius, you can't handle Kelvin. I don't think I've ever seen Fahrenheit being described as slapping before, but I respect it. I mean, of course Fahrenheit makes sense to me, but I'm biased, obviously, having never consistently used anything else. Because with Fahrenheit, like, it's nice and easy because even though 0 is not freezing point, it's still, like, super fucking cold. And 100, which is a nice round number as well, is super fucking hot. And so even though it's not, like, you know, freezing and boiling point or whatever, it's like, you know, you could sort of get it. It's like a scale of 1 to 100. Not that I'm advocating for. I don't want to make it sound like I'm a Fahrenheit truther or anything. It's the only thing I've ever known, but I'm just saying that's how it feels to me. Because when people who use Celsius are like, it's 38 degrees and I'm dying, I'm like, really? Like, the subtleties between numbers of degrees is so much like, you know, 37 versus 38 degrees is a different matter than, like, in Fahrenheit that would be a very tiny difference. In Celsius it's a much bigger difference. I would rather trust water than human feelings. Wow. So true. That's valid. Water is honest, at least. 0 is water freezes and 30 degrees Celsius is hot. 37 degrees Celsius is human body temperature. Ooh, that's a good way to remember it, actually. Because I only know that, like, late 30s is really, really hot for Celsius. So, like, when in the summer, I see Europeans being like, it's like 38, 39, 40. I'm like, I don't know how much that is. But if it's human body temperature, that is a good point of reference because I know how much that is. Almost all bacteria die at 121 degrees Celsius. Okay. Interesting. I'm finding new ways to remember things about Celsius that I did not previously know. Steam. Okay. That's a good point of reference. Yeah, because human body temperature in Fahrenheit is 98.6, right? I think is the average human body temperature, from what I learned in school anyway. Although I feel like mine is always not that, but, you know. Whatever. Everyone's is different, obviously. But yeah, 98.6, I think, is the number. Oh, 100 degrees Celsius is boiling point. Okay, I see. I kind of... So, what's weird is, and in retrospect, I guess in retrospect it's weird, like, I knew that 0 degrees Celsius was freezing, but for some reason I never thought about 100 degrees Celsius being boiling. Like, it makes sense, given what I am now thinking about. I just never thought about it that way before. Yeah, 100 degrees Fahrenheit now, like however they do it now is like a low grade fever. But what is dark mode from the points shop? Oh, I should have turned it off today. When I have my I sometimes have a different model on, have like an animated model on sometimes, and I have like a special visual effects for that, but I meant to turn it off today because I'm not using that model, so I don't have that right now. I need to come up with more point redeems, but I just have not gotten around to it. But yeah, it's like I turn dark and have rim lighting. Very fancy. It's good for when I play Mass Effect, because I feel like all the lighting in Mass Effect is like would give you cool shadows and rim lighting, but then yeah, it just looks cool. One of the like channel redeems that I had in mind is kind of a crazy one that I'm not sure how I would implement it, but I wanted to have it be like really quite pricey, but basically have it be like buy a stream kind of thing where like you know, if someone redeemed it, they could like look at my list of Steam games and be like, play that for a stream. It would obviously have to be very expensive so that it was not like every rando who showed up, which are not all as lovely as you guys, as evidenced by whoever came in earlier who asked me about shaving my arms. Going bald, oh, that's a good one. I don't have that one, but I should set up my model so I can do that one. But yeah, because I have a lot of Steam games that I'm like, I want to play this on stream, but I don't know if I would ever get to it. And I want to do more games that people like are curious to see me try, but I don't know what people are curious to see me try, and so I'm like, oh, maybe if people were like, I want to see this one, and maybe then I would finally play MechWarrior 5 Clans. So this painting is of my D&D character, a scene from our campaign, and right now I'm painting, this is like smoke from a big explosion, a big fire. There was a meteor swarm, you know, as you do. My character briefly became 9th level, or not 9th level, 20th level, and did some meteor swarming. It's a D&D campaign, so D&D 5th edition campaign. It's called The Shield of Celestia. I plugged it a little bit earlier, but we actually do have a YouTube channel. Not to be like, you should watch our YouTube channel, but like we do stream it, and it is a game where we have 4 players, and we are pirates who are trying to stop the end of the world at the hands of the Red Wraith, who is an evil ghost elf man. Yeah, we have an actual play here. I'll go ahead and find the link in case anyone is curious. We do have abridged versions as well, in case you or, you know, people in general like don't have 100 plus hours of time to watch the whole thing. Hang on, I have to... But we have like 15-minute abridged episodes that my friend Ryan has been making of the game, and honestly, he's so real for that. So here's the channel. And yeah, I mean, we've been playing for 5 years. I guess yesterday was episode 107. What the fuck? And yeah, I love all of our characters so very dearly. It's a great game. Ever play Species Unknown? No, I don't even know if I've heard of it. What is... You know what? It sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't place it. Let me look it up to see if I actually have heard of it and simply forgot. No, Steam, do not speak to me. Cool, Bird. Yeah, if you do, that's awesome. And if you do, I hope you like it. Okay, no, I have not played Species Unknown. It looks familiar. I think probably some streamer or YouTuber that I've watched probably has played it, but I have not played it. The epitome of nerd poker 5-year D&D campaign. Yeah, it's really, really cool to have had a game that's gone on for this long. Like, this is my longest campaign that I've been in, because, you know, it's so easy for RPG groups to fizzle out for myriads of reasons. And so the fact that it's lasted so long is, like, really, really awesome. Theoretically, someday we'll finish the plot, but who knows? You know, it's so funny because, like, we are just, like, we were not acquaintances, most of us, before the campaign. Like, we all just met each other in, like, a Roll20 looking for group listing, and then, you know, it just spiraled from there, and it's really, really cool to have met everybody in there. Yeah, and it doesn't always happen that way. Like, I've met a lot of awesome people in similar ways. I've met a lot of weird people in similar ways, and so, you know, sometimes the stars just align. Also, hello, that Dutch guy. Thanks for the redeem. It shows you're really comfortable with each other. Yeah, it's like, they're some of my best friends now, which is so cool. Oh, you met one of your best friends on a D&D looking to play Reddit. Nice. Yeah, it's really cool to meet someone that way, and it feels just, like, kind of serendipitous, because you're like, if I hadn't been on, like, this forum, you know, at this specific time X number of years ago, like, I could have just totally missed this, and I would not know these people, and they would be strangers to me, and I wouldn't even know they existed, and it would just be, like, not even a thing. And that's crazy to me, because I'm like, how could I not know them? Like, these are my best friends. Like, I don't understand. But yeah, so when things do line up like that, it's really, really cool. Okay, let me see. What time is it? Oh, okay. It is almost time for me to go. Sadly, I have to make dinner, which I don't want to, but I have to. Ready or not? No. If it is another, oh no. Let me see. No, I haven't. Dinner at 1:35 a.m. Yeah, I'm a little crazy like that. I wish I could play. I wish I could say I'd played a lot of these games, but I actually don't play that many games. And if I do, it's usually fantasy based more than sci-fi based, despite the fact that I literally just said I was playing Mass Effect, and I also earlier said I was playing BattleTech. Despite all that, despite what you think based on the games that I've said I've played, I haven't played a lot of I guess Ready or Not doesn't look like sci-fi, but it looks more like real world. I don't play games that take place in the real world because I don't like the real world. I prefer not to think about it. Gotta do the Dutch thing and bike home for 10 minutes. Wow. Imagine living that life. Have a lovely rest of your day, Bird. I'll probably be offline by the time you get home, because I gotta make noodles, sorry. But have a good ride home. Was that a Freudian slip? Yes. With yeah. Now I'm making Alfredo pasta with chicken and what was the vegetable we got? Zucchini. So that's what I'm making, and it's gonna be awesome. It's just, here's the problem. It's gonna be really delicious, but I do have to wash the skillet in order to make it, and that's what I don't like. Because if I have to wash the pans, I'm like, what if I just didn't make dinner forever and ever? That way I would not have to wash the pans. But no, it's worth it. It's worth it. Courgette is underrated. That's right. It is a courgette, isn't it? I know that because of Baldur's Gate 3. I'm just looking up pictures of the zucchinis. I don't know how I ended up doing that. I just realized I was googling courgette to see. I don't know why I googled it. I just reflexively googled it, and I was just looking at pictures of zucchinis. I don't know why I'm doing that. If you eat it out of the skillet, you save a dish. That's so true. That's so true. I am a huge fan of one-pan meals for the dish reason. We have a couple of cookbooks that are like specifically like, this only uses one skillet. That's all you have to do, just one skillet, or like sheet pan, like one sheet pan meals, because we have a tiny kitchen and no dishwasher, so if I can avoid any dish, I will do it. A sheet pan? It's like, big baking pans that you roast. You use them roasting vegetables, things like that go in the oven. Too lazy to clean? Yes, and I don't have a dishwasher. Although, I feel like I don't know if... Yeah, like a baking tray. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Your wife eats out of our pots like a frat boy. I tease her about it all the time. It's a vibe. I approve. Yeah. Oh, and there goes the Discord link if anyone wants to join the Discord. I, as Mootgrin will know, am bad at posting in it, but I like to plug it because it's a good place for posting pictures, and if you ever have any thoughts offline while I'm offline, you can put them there. As long as the metal doesn't touch the pan or pot, I'm fine with it. Oh, true. Yeah. That's so true. Well, I guess I'll go do that then, because I am sort of at a point where I can't really do anything else on the drawing. Oh, I actually did see one more little spot I could do. But I'm pretty much, I gotta let this dry, and if I start something, I'm gonna have to finish it, and I don't have time to start a new part of the drawing, so I'm gonna be done for now. But I will see you or the good people of Twitch on Monday for something, maybe art, maybe something else, I don't know. Gotta go, time for you to vanish like your motivation on a Monday, so true, amen. Yeah, I hope everyone has a good weekend, and I'll see you guys again later at a later time. Thanks for the follows. It was lovely talking to you new folks, and I'll see you later. Bye for now. Everyone have a good middle of your night. Bye.